The other day we were on the motorbike coming back from town, and it was a beautiful day. Everything was going well, and then suddenly there was this wobble on the motorbike. And luckily, my husband has very quick response time, and he pulled over to the side of the road, stopped the motorbike, and the front tire was absolutely flat. And in that experience of what happened after that, there were four things that became very clear to me, which I want to share today. The first thing is that everything is for you. Everything is for you. The second is that it's not personal. The third is that suffering comes from resisting what is. And the fourth is that it's all grace. So that's the message of today. And my experience of the motorbike and a flat tire is what actually inspired this video. So when challenging things happen, like a flat motorbike, a flat wheel on the motorbike, or whatever it is in your life, something unexpected happens, something that really feels challenging, unexpected, really is terribly inconvenient, sometimes dangerous, sometimes frightening, that when we can remember, okay, yes, this is challenging. Okay, so we're not denying what's happening, and this is for me. Okay, widening the aperture that this is for me. I don't have to understand why it's for me or why it's happening, and just the knowing, okay, whatever is happening, this is for me. When I say that to myself, it's like something opens up, something relaxes, and there's a bit more space to just be with what's happening. Because even though my mind doesn't understand or knows why this is for me, something in my gut, in my belly, in my being knows the truth that this is for me. And it helps me so much because the second point, I don't go into resistance as much. Okay, the second thing is suffering comes from resisting what is. So if I know that this is for me, then I resist less or not at all to what's happening. Okay, instead of saying, oh, why is this happening? This shouldn't be happening. I wish something else was happening. It's that resistance just creates suffering because I'm not wanting what is happening, or I'm wanting something that isn't here. Okay. And somehow knowing this is for me, I just go into less resistance. There is less suffering. I can just be with it. And so this whole story and commentary that often comes with resistance, I just drop it. It's like a backpack that I just take off and just drop to the ground. So I'm less burdened by the resistance, and I'm just more able to be with the reality of what is happening because it is happening. That's undeniable. The third thing was, it's not personal. Okay. Stuff happens to us. It's just how it is. It's not personal. It's not personal that we had a flat tire on the motorbike. But because I saw it in that light, because I knew this was for me and that I didn't go into resistance, I was able, there was more space to say, okay, well, thank you. Thank you that the flat tire happened just before we entered the village. So we could leave our motorbike and walk home. It happened almost in front of our friend's house. So we could leave our motorbike by him, lock it up, and then walk home. I was so grateful that we were not going fast at the time. We were entering our village, the speed limit is 60, so we were not going fast, which was a great blessing. Because when the flat tire happened, the wobble wasn't that bad. So there were so many things that I was grateful for. We were okay. There was just because of not going into resistance and knowing this is for me, it's not personal, space opens up for gratitude and for a wider perspective on what is happening. And then there's more space for creativity and possibility, because I'm not locked into this narrow, constricted, no, I don't want this. Why is this happening? This is bad. Instead of that, it's like, okay, this is challenging. And, okay, it's not personal. It is for me. Can I just be with it? So much more space opens up. And the last thing, the recognition, which I often feel so strongly, is that everything is grace. In other words, it's not because, I was able to change my perception and that's why, this happened and it's what I did, me, that things unfolded the way they did. Yes, all of that is valid, and it's grace. It's the mystery of life. Why do things happen the way they do when they happen? To me, it's a sense, when I say it's grace, it's like there's a mystery to life that I can lean into and open to. And it's like, yeah, there is so much that I don't know, that I don't understand. And there's also a knowing that there is this benevolent, loving presence that is always here. And somehow it just made this whole situation almost like a blessing. It was almost like a miracle blessing that happened. So remember, maybe this will help you in your next situation, or maybe in a current life situation where something in your life really feels difficult or challenging. You didn't want it to happen. It wasn't what you wanted. Maybe to remember that whatever is happening is for you. What might open up if you opened to that possibility? This, even though it is challenging, is actually for you. How might you experience this challenging situation if you knew that it wasn't personal? And what might be possible if, instead of resisting what is happening, you were able to just be with it, honoring your sadness or frustration or irritation, or honoring your resistance, whatever is here, honoring that, and being able to, like, okay, can I be with this with gentleness and kind, loving compassion? And then the possibility that everything is grace, that in some way it is what we do, how we respond, and it also isn't, because there's something always so much bigger happening that is more of the mystery of life than anything else that I do say, no, understand. So my name is Julia and I'm an embodiment life coach. And I hope today's video has been of benefit to you, so that when you are faced with a challenging, you see, a loving, challenging situation, you might remember these simple possibilities, and maybe it will help you get through it with more grace and care and gentleness. Blessings to you.